Guys, what's going on? This is Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to talk about Royal Guard. So Royal Guard, obviously a Magic Affinity champion. He is very popular, known as being almost a specialist. He's not useless in clan boss, especially kind of early game to mid game, up to brutal clan boss. He's also not useless in campaign locations, but he really shines in dungeons, more specifically Ice Golem, Dragon's Lair, and Spider's Den. So he's really good, kind of a dungeon specialist, S-tier dungeon specialist. We're going to go ahead and review him today. We're going to rank him today, or rate him, or review him, I guess, in-game in all the specific locations, and then we're going to take him into the dungeons and try him out ourselves. First, I'm going to show you his masteries, his gear, and how you kind of want to build him stat-wise, and talk about his abilities. So before we jump really quickly into the abilities here, just kind of a channel note here that I'm doing these champion guides on popular champions right now, but eventually on the channel, I want to get into more unpopular champions who have a lot of utility. Think of it like underrated champions, because there's a lot of guides, let's just be honest, right? There's a lot of guides out there for these popular champions, but I do want to do my own guides for most of them. But then in a month or two maybe, and maybe I'll start sprinkling in some champions here and there, I want to cover champions who don't have a lot of guides on YouTube, who are really kind of underrated in my eyes. So I already have a few targets in sight. Again, maybe I will give a couple of those early to see how you guys respond to them. I'm not sure, because just as a content creator, my thought process is, okay, champions with a lot of reviews equal a lot of interest, equal a lot bringing in new viewers to my YouTube channel. And then on the other side of things, I'm like, okay, but there's already a lot of guides out there for those champs. So what if I do it the opposite way? What if I cover guys who are good but unpopular, in terms of reviews, or newer champions? So just kind of an editing or scheduling note for you guys. Anyway, back to Royal Guard. If you pulled Royal Guard, if you have Royal Guard, congratulations. He's really going to help you. He's a champion that you can book, and you can build, and you can invest in, because he's good early, mid, and late game, all the way till the end game viable, right? In Spiders, Ice Golem, and Dragons 20. A1, Razor Blade. Razor Blade attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. That's why you can use him early game and mid game in Clan Boss, because he has that decreased defense on his A1. On the A2, Takedown, this is the ability, the ability that Royal Guard is known for, right? His popular ability, which is, Takedown, attacks all enemies. Damage increases according to max HP. You guys, if you've seen this in Spider's Den, it's insane, right? He does so much damage. Think of it like the Heat Seeker from Cold Heart ability. It's going to rattle off millions of damage, providing that you build him correctly with enough crit damage on him. He's insane. This does so much damage. It scales on attack and enemy max HP, but it scales way more on enemy max HP. So really good against bosses, not just Spider, but particularly Spider, because you can kill her or do a lot of damage to her, and of course the Spiderlings. So Takedown is great. And then Hamstring is the A3, which is also really good. He's got a really solid kit, right? Hamstring attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 60% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Each hit also has a 60% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 25%. Turn meter manipulation is really good, again, against spiders. So that's why he's so well known in Spider's Den. You really want a turn meter manipulator in your team in Spider's Den. If it's not Royal Guard, add somebody who can slow down that turn meter, because that's a crucial part of a winning strategy for most strategies in Spider's Den. Okay, so really good ability. In the decreased turn meter, if you're not familiar with it, also scales, or not scales, but also is based on accuracy, because so you want to build. We talked about this in the Begin Guide too, in the Seeker Guide, right? Champions who are known for one ability like Takedown, sure, it's great. You can build them, upgrade them, and invest in them for this one ability, but you should also capture the value of the entire kit of that champion, right? Which means in Royal Guard's case, you want to build him with accuracy, because his other abilities, Razor Blade and Hamstring, are really good, and they're dependent on accuracy. Turn meter manipulation is dependent on your accuracy. So in order to get the full value of him, you want to build him with high accuracy as well. So in terms of artifacts, in terms of preference, I'll show you my build right now. I have a daze set on him. Why do I have a daze set? First of all, sleep and daze not that good. It's not S tier set. It's one of the worst sets. It's not the worst, but it's one of the Stun is so much better. Frost is so much better than Daze. However, I had a bunch of good gear on Daze, and I feel like a Daze set can act, or a Stun set even better, or a Frost set, like any kind of those any of those sets of gear on him, any of those abilities really helps you clear the first 2 rounds in terms of keeping everybody alive, right? So if you can stun especially, it's really helpful, and he's good in dungeons, so why not build him to deal with both the boss, which he's really good at, and also the first 2 waves. That's why I like having a stun or a Daze set if you have it on him, or a freeze set, Frost. So HP, whatever. Attack, I try to aim for above 3k, so maybe a little bit on this is end game for like the level 20 dungeons, but just basically have that attack high without going, crazy overboard. I actually have an HP chest on him for sustainability. We talked about that in my most common mistakes video, where a lot of people take a champion like Royal Guard and are going to build him with an attack chest, and they're going to overlook like the sustainability, no defense, no HP. You need him to stay alive, right? So I would recommend, especially as you're getting to the highest tier that you're capable of, that you go ahead and put something defensive on him. I would put it on the chest. I would put defense or HP on his chest. Of course, you can go attack if you can keep him alive. And then we have the speed, 165. 150 to 200 is what you're aiming at in basically all of your champions, with some exceptions, non-arena and non-clan boss, but for dungeons. And then for a crit rate, I have 68%. You really want to be aiming for 100%, but I run him with Bad L using that aura, which increases his crit rate by 25%. So that's why I have it down at 68. Just kind of a note to you guys. I have crit damage gauntlets on him. So I would trade off, if I wasn't running him with Bad L, I would trade off the crit damage gauntlets for crit rate, because I would want to have that at 100. I don't think it's mandatory to have your crit damage at 223. You could have it at 180 or 200, whatever, and still be fine with him. And then I have the accuracy at 200, which is really what you're aiming for. Aiming for like 150 plus on his accuracy, the higher the better, right? So there we go. That's his overall stats. In terms of his artifacts, because I went with the crit damage, gauntlets, you're going to be going crit rate or crit damage. Probably most of you crit rate on the gauntlets. I went crit damage because I had, these amazing crit damage gauntlets in the Daze set. So I was like, let's use them. 80%, thank you very much, with some speed, with some accuracy, with some defense. Again, defense is very important. The attack, flat roll, whatever, right? So that's why I went with that. As I told you guys, I went with the 6-star legendary HP chest, just for more sustainability, to make him a little bit hardier inside the dungeon. Some attack percentage there as well, some speed. And the speed boots I would recommend on your Royal Guard. You want him to, we talked about this again in the mistakes video, right? But you don't want to just build a champion like this with all attack percentage. If he's not attacking enough and he's not alive to attack, it's going to be useless to you guys. So I'd recommend speed boots on him with attack sub rolls. In terms of stat priorities, attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, speed, and accuracy are all important on your Royal Guard, okay? So I recommend speed boots, HP or defense percentage chest, unless you can get by with attack, and crit rate or crit damage gauntlets, depending. And then the rest of the gear I have just random gear, trying to get crit rate up as high as I can because I don't have it on the gauntlets, right? And that's the rest. That's how I have him geared out right now. Let me know what you guys think. Also, in terms of his other stuff, I go crit damage. Actually, I don't have crit damage on the amulet right now. I think I must not have one, I'm assuming. Or actually, I do. I'm actually going to put this on him right now. That will improve his crit damage even more. So now we're at 240. I'll definitely take that trade. So crit damage you want definitely on your amulet. On your ring, you want attack percentage with defense as the main stat. That's what I prefer. And then accuracy on the banner, okay? So that is his gear. His masteries are pretty self-explanatory here. You're going to end with crit damage. Some people do go with Helm, not Giant Slayer, but with Helm Smasher to ignore target defense, but I don't find that being really necessary. I'd much rather go personally with the crit damage on him, and then you want to end with Maxter Hexer on the support tree and Sniper, right? Because he does have those debuffs as well. And of course, accuracy added on, pinpoint accuracy, and as always, deadly precision for the crit rate and keen strike for the crit damage on the offense tree. If you're just starting out, if you don't want to max his masteries, just make sure you start out with those 2 rows on support and offense the way I have it here. So let's go ahead and move on to his ratings here. We talked about his skills, artifacts, masteries. Ratings, Clan Boss, he has a 4.8. I actually think that's a bit high for him. Again, he's not endgame. I guess he's endgame. No one runs him in Ultra Nightmare. At least I haven't seen anybody having success with him. So I'm going to give him a 4 just because you can definitely get by, again, all the way up through Brutal, maybe even Nightmare as kind of a debuffer damage dealer, and he has that damage based on max HP, so it's not too bad. I kind of look at him the same as Cold Heart and Clan Boss. Great for like the early and mid game, but you don't really see a lot of Cold Heart or Royal Guard end game Clan Boss. So we'll give him a 4 because Spider's Den, I'm going to give him a 5. See, I feel like Spider's Den should be like a 4.9 or a 5, and Clan Boss should be a 4.3 or 4.4 in my mind. Anyway, Dragon Slayer 5. There's no doubt about it. He's beast. Minotaur's Labyrinth 5. Arena offense. He's not an arena champion. We'll give him a 2. Acceptable. Campaign locations. We'll give him a 3. Good. He does have the AoE. He does do a decent amount of damage. He does have the debuffs, so he's not bad. Maybe I'll give him a 4. Very good, but there's better, okay? And then he's not known for campaign locations, but he's not bad. I would run him if I didn't have another like AoE damage dealer debuffer. Ice Golem's Peak, he's great, a 5. Fire Knight's Castle, not that great. We'll give him a good, no multi-hits or anything. Arena Defense, not going to be using him, I guess. Useless. Spirit Keep, we'll give him a 5. All the keeps, anything with a boss except for Force, he's good because Force is a bad affinity matchup. We'll give him acceptable. So that is my, let's see the recommendation. They just offense, crit rate, attack. But those are my ranks on him. We'll go ahead and end that there. Now let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. All right, guys, so first we're going to try him out in Spiders. I think this is Spiders 14 or 16. Basically, I've beaten Spiders 20, but it took me almost 10 minutes to do. I don't have multiple Cold Hearts built or multiple Royal Guards built, which is really what you need to use this strategy. But Stu Gaming and Hell Hades and Showfly Mobile, all those guys have more in-depth strategies on how to do this. It's pretty simple. Essentially, you're just using these Cold Heart Heat Seeker and the takedown of Royal Guard and doing a ton of damage with a defense down. I use Kaimar so I can reset the abilities because I don't, again, have multiple of these champions built. So we go defense down, and then check this out. Heat Seeker for 323,000. Do this. He should be up next. There it is. Takedown. Check it out. Takedown, gonna do 330,000, and then Kaimar's up. What we're gonna do is do it again. That's it, right? So whatever, and then it should be Cold Heart. She'll do the Heat Seeker again, 400,000, boom. What, 1 minute, and I dilly-dallied in between two. And that's what they do on Spiders 20, but you just do it with multiple Cold Hearts, multiple Royal Guards, and that's how you can speed farm Spiders, okay? Now let's go ahead and show them off in another dungeon. Let's see. I actually don't have an Ice Golem's Peak team like all optimized right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw him in on actually he's already in this team, so you guys will go ahead and see how it works. Again, I have that 25% increased crit rate from my Bad L. Sorry, guys. So here we go. Just gonna kind of plow through these first early, and you can see like we're landing a couple sleeps here and there, I think. Of course, the thing about the sleep debuff from the Days set is as soon as they take damage, see, they're all asleep right now, but as soon as they take damage, the sleep buff is broken, or debuff is broken. That's why it sucks compared to stun, but it still kind of ensures that you keep the momentum on your side, right? So your champions will go next versus the opponents. That's why it's not useless as some people say, in my opinion. But, you know, as I said, not ideal to have him in a speed set. I'd rather have him in a stun or just in regular offensive sets. You can have him in a stun set rather. I'd rather have him in a sleep set than a daze set than a stun set. Holy crap, Ash! But you guys get the point, right? So daze, I like him in daze or frost or stun, but you can have him in crit rate, crit damage, speed, accuracy, offense. potentially even lifesteal if you want the sustainability. So there's a lot of options. All of those sets fit him well. So here we go, on to the dragon here. And you guys can see, already have the poison, decrease accuracy, decrease defense, decrease attack. A lot of debuffs up on the dragon in this comp. Of course, I have Cerise. I also have Biggin for the decreased accuracy. And of course, I have Bad L with the poisons. I have the decreased speed on Biggin and on Royal Guard. So plenty of debuff potential in this comp. And you can see it doesn't take me too long here, probably just around 2 minutes, maybe a little bit longer depending. And takedown, look at that, 514,000 damage with a takedown. That's what I'm talking about, and that's why Royal Guard is so effective. Put him with a Kymar, reset that ability. It's insane, you know? So there you have it, guys. This is going to be a guide on Royal Guard. He does incredible things. Dragons 20 in 2 minutes, not too bad, right? So there we go. It's going to be a lifesteal weapon. Not bad with the crit rate and the attack. I think we'll keep it. So guys, that's going to be the guide. If there's another champion that you want to see a guide on, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much. We'll have more content to you coming tomorrow here in Raid Shadow Legends. If you like the content, go ahead and toss me a subscription. It really means a lot, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.